from 7D Experts, back with another ThoughtSpot video today where we're looking at Analyst Studio, which is their new product offering. So we're going to be talking about what Analyst Studio is, how you can access it, and how it integrates with the other ThoughtSpot tooling. So firstly, what is Analyst Studio? Well, it's very much a data exploration and data preparation tool that is to be used as the first part of your ThoughtSpot workflow, meaning that the ThoughtSpot platform is a full end-to-end analytics workflow solution. You're able to connect to your data, prepare it, transform, before publishing this as a data set that you can then use in ThoughtSpot for the usual ThoughtSpot analytics. So that spotter for the generative AI, visualizations, creating live boards that you can share with your users. So there's a lot of things to talk about here, so let's get into it. Okay, so firstly, how do you access Analyst Studio? Well, if you're in your normal ThoughtSpot cluster, you want to go to the data workspace, which you can find up here in the top right on the menu, and then you'll see that there is a new icon over here on the right hand side. So we've got Analyst Studio as one of the options here, and it has the symbol to indicate that this is going to open in a new window. So we're going to give that a click. Okay, so here we are in Analyst Studio, and I'll walk you through the various sections. So when you first open, you might land on this Discover page, and here this is quite useful. It just gives you some introductions into what the different elements are and how to do that. That's quite useful to have a read through. Recently viewed, pretty obvious what that is. Starred is just those items that you've marked as favourites. My work, again, pretty obvious what that is. And personal are just those items that you're working on that are not shared with anybody else. Whereas collections are where things are shared. And then definitions we'll get onto a bit later, but these are effectively saved SQL queries that you can reuse to save you having to type out the same sort of business logic each time. Okay, so from here, first thing you're going to want to do is actually connect a database. So you can do this by clicking on the drop-down arrow here and connect a database. So that's where you'd go in, select that, choose your database type such as Snowflake or Google BigQuery, etc. Enter your credentials and choose the tables there. If I just go back to Discover. Okay, but the main way in which you interact with Analyst Studio is actually using this plus icon in the top right hand corner here. So we're going to hit that, and then you get these four options. So there's use a data set. So a data set's already been created, and you're just going to use that to either browse the data or visualize some data using the charting capabilities. You can write SQL. So this is, as it says there, query data for ad hoc reports. So this is going in, writing some SQL against it to quickly analyze the data. Then in the dataset section, there's the ability to upload a Google Sheet. So you can take a Google worksheet and create a data set from that, or make a new data set entirely, and that can be saved to be reused elsewhere, including published into ThoughtSpot, where you use it like you would any other normal data within ThoughtSpot. But you can do some very clever stuff with that, which we'll get onto later on in the video series. Okay, so there we go. That's the overview of Analyst Studio, what the tool is, what it offers. In the next video, we're going to be looking at the four main sections of it. So there's writing SQL, which is where you can go in, write some quick queries, do some quick analysis on your databases and tables. Then there is the dataset side of things, which is where you take the SQL right into the next stage and save it so that it's reusable in ThoughtSpot. There is the ability to connect to a Google Sheet and save that as a dataset. And then there is actually using the datasets. So pre-published datasets that you've created in Analyst Studio, we can use those furthermore in Analyst Studio to do some nice charts and visualizations, again, before publishing into ThoughtSpot itself. So join us in the next video where we're going to be looking at the tool in much more detail and getting hands-on with it. See you then.